The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Alrighty, we are here, getting started. Um, Welcome to everybody. This is Money Getting with Mike. This is gonna be fun. My computer's going a little bit wild on me here. Right now, I'm inside of I just opened up the OMG Beginner Acceleration and Support group. This is brand new for Project Xers, and if you want to be a part of this group and you're not already a part of this group, we're going to talk about this during the event. I want everybody, if you at all feel inclined to join, you should, regardless of whether you feel like you're a beginner in any aspect of things. Whether you feel like you're an absolute brand new beginner or whatever the case may be, if you just need some help with conversion or with traffic getting or just getting some of the nomenclature down, meeting some people, client getting, what have you, this group is going to be a great resource. We're going to talk about it a little bit today. Let's begin with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. All right. Good afternoon, good morning. Oh, we got Jim. Jim Ussinger. I'm actually really excited to have Jim here. Jim actually, there's a thing or two about money getting, so maybe I'll bring him live at some point. I actually have quite an inclination to bring people live. I do have a special guest coming on that I've arranged to bring live as well. Let me find out if Jim has a microphone. Let's just see. Jim. Where are you? There you are. Hey, Jim, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Jim on the spot a little bit, so I don't know if he was prepared. I don't know if he was prepared. We've got Dave Keys on live as well. I might bring Dave on. We'll be talking about client getting as well. Now, this is a new format for me. Doing this, I've been just so overwhelmed and so impressed by the success of Project Xers. This program has rocketed forward. Dave Keys is a great example. He's somebody who's on live with us today. It's really inspired me. We're adding a lot of resources to Project X because of the success of things. I just added a module with David Hood, and that's awesome on client getting, pricing, and on fulfillment. We just added that this week. We added the PBN Sniper software with Chris Morris this week, and I've got some more tricks up my sleeve coming very, very soon. We have a module coming up with Brian Magnosi. We'll also be talking about client getting with him and pricing and so forth, and some cool stuff he's doing with video. So this is a really exciting time. There's lots and lots coming into Project X. We also added an incredible module on video marketing this week with John Pemberthy. And what these events are meant to be about, what I'm doing with these particular events, with this Money Getting with Mike events, is we're really going to be focused on getting the money. Now, of course, you're going to have questions about stuff like private blog networks and settings on your blogs and how to do the wonderful search engine domination stuff that we have. We're typically not going to cover that very much on these events with me because we're going to be more focused on getting the money, on actually getting the money, which is not really a step-by-step process. There is, anyone who says they've got a step-by-step process for getting the money is a little, either they don't know what they're talking about or they're a little bit putting you on. Getting the money always requires a little bit of creativity, sometimes a lot, but then it's worth it because then you can make 5 figures per month or 6 figures per month, and that's really what we want for you. So one of the things I'm going to have to figure out how to do is how to best share the questions that are coming in from people. Jim, it says you have a mic on. Okay, I unmuted you. Can you say hi? Let's
Hey there.
put this theory to the test. Oh,
Can you hear me now, Mike?
Let me see if I can. Let's see, Jim. Yeah, Jim, you're unmuted. Do you want to try to say something?
Hello, Mike. Good afternoon.
Yep, I can hear you now. Hey, Jim.
Okay.
Great
Good afternoon, sir.
Great to meet you. Let me pull you up on Facebook so people know who you are. Facebook brings us the world, right?
It does.
So, Jim, what do you want people to be able to know about yourself, just so I can properly introduce you? I don't know how many people know what niches you're in. Some pet stuff, and I know you're in health and fitness. Is there a site of yours that I can show them? This is Jim. This is what Jim looks like. Handsome guy that he is.
Let's see. you can go to Good Health Supplements. That's
Okay,
one of my main e-commerce sites.
Okay, Good Health. Is anybody interested in finding out about e-commerce? Health
Supplements.com.
Yeah, this is kind of exciting. This is really great. OMG is a city on a hill. I had no idea that Jim was going to be coming live with us today. Jim was one of the main people out at OMG Live, cheering Greg on and joined Project X. This is so. What's the basic idea with this site, and how does it work? I mean, of course, obviously, what you're doing is you're selling health supplements for
Right. Mm-hmm.
for who?
It's primarily anti-aging products for adults age 35 to 105.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you have any 105-year-old customers?
We actually have one of our oldest customers is 96, and my business partner that you see his bright sunshiny face, he's 90. He'll be 91 in May.
So that actually is your business partner. That's really, really cool.
Right. Yeah, he's our poster child. He has a biological age of 36. He walks the talk. He used to have congestive heart failure, and he totally reversed it with nutrition with no drugs. So
yeah. So
we
this is something that you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's one of the areas that I deal in. There's lots of others, but this is probably one of the big areas in e-commerce. So we've been doing e-commerce since 2001, doing internet marketing since early 1997. First got started online about 1993, 94. So
yeah,
I'm kind of an internet dinosaur.
Been around the block. Well, let me tell you some of the things that I'm seeing when I come to this webpage. And this is something, you've got your own products on this site. Remember, there's also lessons for somebody doing affiliate marketing, like Greg's KLKS.com site.
Yep.
I'll pull up KLKS just so everybody recognizes and knows that this is Greg's site, KLKS.com, that he does with Martin. Now, something that I like about your site right away is I just feel engaged by your partner right away, and by him and his dog.
Yep.
It certainly feels crisp and organized. What are some of the things that you think happen? What are some of the tips and keys to success of this website, if you were to boil it down for me?
Well, I think what you talked about the other day was the contact and content. You need to create an awareness. People are going to search and search and search. They're either going to be looking for a solution, like a painkiller situation. That's where Russell and Sue over at Network Empire really get into it. But you're trying to solve a solution of some type. They're either going to try to solve a problem or get an answer to something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you get into nutritional supplements, it's a little bit harder because what you're doing is you have a larger learning curve and you have to educate more. If it's something that, if it's like a t-shirt, they can see it. If you're dealing in affiliate areas, for example, if you're going to do affiliate marketing through Facebook or whatever, you need to see the immediate product that they're making a connection with.
Mm-hmm.
And do they need it or do they want it? So you need to boil down what is it that you're going to offer and what are you going to fulfill to a particular need to fulfill that. You may want things, but there's needs that you either want to look cool or you want to look better, you want to feel better. You want something that is going to make a connection with somebody in order for them to pull out their money and buy whatever product that you need. So you just need to engage them and feel comfortable, put the images, be true to what you want, and run them down a particular sales funnel. And whether it's an affiliate marketing where you're wanting to build an email list is really critical. I think the conversation
does this site build a list?
Not necessarily. We build lists indirectly through other lead magnets.
Right, and then drive them to the site.
Yeah, we drive them to this site. This is where you need to come into. You're either going to come into the site or you're going to go directly to a particular product page because you've been run through a funnel.
Yeah.
Now, you had a nice conversation with John Pemberthy the other day, and he made a really good comment, is that he deals in 2 or 3 particular products, and that's what he builds his core around.
Yep.
So if you deal passionately around a product area that you really work with, it can be affiliate offers or whatever, but if you deal in an area, there's so many affiliate offers, whether they're CPA offers or ClickBank offers or whatever, the niches that are really big, like the health and fitness areas, the dating area, those areas that you've talked about quite a bit, don't try to do it all. Be good at what you want to deal with, and there's so many tools and with the WordPress capabilities, there's a lot that you can do out there.
Is this a WordPress website?
No, this is actually a customized PHP site that's been,
Sure.
it evolved from an ASP site into a PHP. So this is all everything you see on that site I did, from all the custom graphics, all the custom coding. I have my own.
So you did this from scratch, a bit of a one-man gang yourself.
It's a one bang, soup to nuts. I have my own custom PHP script, shop cart, and all that. So
great. So somebody
I tell people to go that avenue, but there's a lot of things. There's so many tools now. If I had the tools 20 years ago that I have today, that I'd be, I wouldn't even have an idea where I'd be today.
Oh, that's funny. Well, now let me ask you this. So give me an idea of how somebody might enter this page. Maybe they come in off of a search listing for something, and where would they land?
If
like
they have
maybe one of the product pages?
They would probably go to a product page, yeah. The products here that you're just looking on there is the listing of the products. So if you want to order quickly,
do each of them have their own pages?
Yeah,
page that we
each
can
one
get
of
to?
those products have an individual.
So maybe on the read more, this would be.
Yeah, you go to.
So this might be more where they would land.
This is where they would land. And
okay, great.
What we do here is we try to educate through.
And let me just quickly get everyone up to speed, because we have a shocking number of people right now. So let me explain this. So first of all, we're live right now. This is totally impromptu. This is one of those classic OMG moments. We're live with Jim Utzinger, and Jim is a member of Project X, just like you are. And Jim, however, has been around the block for a while. He's been in internet marketing since the early 1990s, and this is a very successful e-commerce website that Jim runs with his partner, this gentleman right here, Ira, who's actually 90 years old, and this is an e-commerce site, and this is so wonderful for us, because this is a very successful site that we can draw lessons from, both if we want to have our own products on our own e-commerce sites. We can also draw lessons from this site when it comes to doing affiliate marketing, stuff like what Greg is doing on klcast.com. It gives us yet more and more angles for us to kind of spot what's going on and to spot how to be successful. So where we are right now is on a product page. So this website, of course, has the core main website. This website happens to be coded in PHP, but you could do something very similar to this in WordPress. So yes. Don't worry about that. And then what's happening is somebody is searching around for health and supplements. Maybe they hear about GHS Ultra and they click in on a search listing and wind up on this website. And not just on this website, but on this web page. What happens next?
Once they go to the web page, then you're going to take them through the sales process, and they can go down.
And what's on this video? What does this video ultimately say?
That is actually Ira talking about the GHS Ultra, his particular history, what he did, why he did it, what's happening now. We always like to do. I've done a lot of varieties of video concepts, and I think that the video concepts that are happening right now is where you're creating the passion up front. Rather than saying you need to buy this supplement of product, you need to turn it around and say why you're doing this. Today, for example, in today's society, we don't get the nutrients in our food that we always need, and how this is accomplished is that we've seen that over the years, that from our own personal experience and using nutrients to enrich our lives, we become healthier and more vibrant, and we look better and feel younger. And what gave us the position is what we went out and did is found the nutritional products that we need, and it just happens to be the GHS Ultra is a good supplement for overall health, but also has the added benefit of improving your heart health. So instead of coming out with the product first, you say, why do we do this? Why are we in the business? And then you go into the how we got to this particular position, and then you get down to the what is it that we do.
And what you're explaining is kind of the sales pitch that you're ultimately running people through. Like this is
that's right.
Not so much a sales pitch, but I mean this is the reality of your company. And then and then what you're doing in your sales pitch is you're letting people know what the reality of your company is. Let's say I was an affiliate for GHS Ultra. And I'm just going to give people an idea of how I might use this as a template. So let's say I was an affiliate of GHS Ultra or another, high quality health supplement. So I might say, Jim, do you have something you wanted to say?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go through your analogy, and then I'll come back and I can fill it in.
Yeah, and this isn't so much an analogy. This is a bit more of an example, and I'm going to tell you kind of in real time what I would do. So, so what I might do is I might do kind of what Greg did, and I might turn on my Camtasia recorder, and I might buy this health supplement, and I could say, well, you can kind of, everyone here has seen me on video, so I'm not going to turn on my video camera. Sometimes that a little bit will oh, what the hey, I'll go ahead and turn on my video camera, and hopefully it won't screw up the recording or throw off the audio. I'm not going to do it because I'm really worried about throwing off the audio track. So so just imagine you're seeing me. You guys know what I look like, and that I'm holding up a bottle of this GHS Ultra, and this would be like maybe a picture-in-picture video right over here. And I might say, hey, this is Mike, and recently, when I was a little younger, I didn't worry about my health or supplements, stuff like that. But, with my grandfather's passing, I've been thinking about my health a little bit more and more. And, I realized that there are some people who are, as they get on in the years where they have lots and lots of energy, and other people where, just kind of seems like time is wearing on them a little bit harder. And, I've been thinking a lot about that for myself and for my family. For my folks, they're getting on in the years as well. So what I decided to do was do some investigation, do some digging. And I've looked around a lot. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not some healthcare expert, but I've done a lot of digging. And what I've realized over time as I've looked around is that GHS is actually a surprising, supplement. It's something that includes A, B, and C. A, B, and C are actually surprisingly important for cardiovascular health and for having overall energy. In fact, I've got a journal right here that I've got next to me, and I've been keeping this journal for the last month while I've been taking this product. And this isn't scientific, but I've been trying to kind of note how I feel and what's going on for me, because it's one thing for me to read the testimonials and the studies that GHS Ultra has, and they have a lot, which is great, but I also wanted to do this for myself and go through the process myself. So I did. And actually, I've been a little bit surprised. Now, maybe a little bit of it's in my mind, but I got to say that, it does send kind of a positive message to myself that I am, thinking about my health and thinking about my fitness. And the reality is I just feel like I've got a lot more energy since I started taking GHS Ultra. In fact, I've got my mom taking it as well, and she's been enjoying it too. So, I'm not saying that this is some miracle pill that's going to make you sprout wings and be able to fly around or whatever it is that other people are saying out there. But I do think that it's well worth your time to give it a shot. Actually, I've got a link below, and that's going to allow you to go over to goodhealthsupplements.com, where you're going to be able to get all the details on GHS Ultra, and I highly recommend you have a look at it. Okay, I'll see you on the inside. All right, so what I just did is like a fine affiliate representation. Of course, ABC is just something I just made up there, and I made up the stuff about the cardiovascular. You guys can kind of understand that. But does it make give me a number one if what I just did makes a little bit of sense to you about how to take this idea and turn it a little bit more into like an affiliate style thing? Yeah, okay, great. That's something that people are, and you'll have a recording of this. Oh, wow, so this really touched a chord for folks. This is great. This is great. Okay, now Jim, when you were hearing me say that, what are some things that you might have done differently?
I don't think there's too much more that you can do differently. The concept of the pre-sale, if you're going to, for example, if you're going to do a health and fitness site as an example in particular areas, and you're going to drive traffic through that, either through a PBN or any other marketing, and they come to a site, the pre-sale process, particularly with a short video, is going to be so much more dynamic, because what it does is it pre-frames them. If I've come to your site off of an ad or a click or a keyword that I'm seeing, I need to fulfill the need that I'm looking for. The pre-sale in a video or something, I like the video because it's easy, it's accessible, people like it, you can cover a lot of ground, you can show the enthusiasm and call to action. You do the pre-sale, you're probably going to double or triple the number of people that sign up for the offer, whether it's an opt-in or buying a product or whatever. That pre-sale is really going to make a difference. And I don't think enough marketers do the pre-sale enough. The higher the dollar ticket item and the more it needs to explain what the offer is, you're going to have to pre-sell them a little bit more. The pre-sale really works very, very well rather than just doing a cold call.
Yeah, it really is. I jumped over to klcast.com, and Martin and Greg generally use mine and David Mills' method for pre-selling on this site. So it's a really, really great example, not just of getting lots of traffic, but of converting as an affiliate website. And what I clicked in right here is a video, and this is a video with Martin. And what Martin's done is he's got the e-cigarette kit and he's laid it all out. This is so terrific. And Martin doesn't like to appear live on camera. He's a little bit camera shy. That's fine. Look, this site makes $1,000 a day. Obviously, you can do this without being live on camera. So you can hear his voice, and he's filming a video and walking through. And this is a 15-minute pre-sale. Somebody might say, oh, it needs to be done in 3 seconds, or it needs to be done in 1 minute or something like that. But it doesn't need to be. Look what a great job they've done with the pre-sale here. All the details, everything that's involved with it. Then they've got another video here, an hour-long video, just explaining people what's going on with e-cigarettes. How about that? So this is really neat. There's just a lot of, and then here's an official commercial tease from them. It's very, very smartly done. The pre-sale is really done there. This is something I talk about as a matchmaker concept. The idea is that you're a matchmaker. If you're introducing a buddy of yours to a girl, you don't say, go to the mall, go to Tiffany and Company, pick out an engagement ring. Have I got the girl for you? I mean, you might say that kind of joking, but you wouldn't be like, no, I'm serious. Go to Tiffany, buy an engagement ring. This is the girl. Like, that would be ridiculous. But that's how most people pre-sell. All right. Instead, you might say, hey, I was at the Starbucks. I was hanging out with Jim Utzinger, and we were talking, and the barista came over, really cute, laughs all the time, a really fun girl. But anyways, we were talking about you, and she got kind of curious. We showed her your website, and she just kind of got curious about it. Well, anyways, it turns out that she happens to be single. She's a gorgeous girl, but I guess she went through a breakup a couple months ago, took some time off, and anyways, weirdly enough, I don't know why, but she got a look at you. She thought you were kind of cute, and she just kind of got a little curious about you. And I got to tell you, she's a pretty cute girl. Now she is the kind of girl. She kind of laughs at every joke, and she's got a lot of energy and stuff like that. So if you're not into that kind of thing, I mean, who knows? I'm not saying that you're necessarily going to marry this girl, but here's her phone number. She wrote it down. I think you should give her a call. Now that's obviously a much more natural pre-sale process than. And again, we're kind of getting into affiliate marketing right here, but. And we'll talk more about Day Job Killer local client consulting as we go on. And this is great, by the way. I just got Sarah Mack, who just joined us yesterday, said this is priceless. That's great. But here's the thing is, if we think about the whole natural sales process and think about what's natural, then it doesn't just happen all at once. Like, you don't just see, I mean, you could be with the girl of your dreams, but you don't necessarily like hop into bed like 5 minutes later. It's just not necessarily the way it goes, no matter how great the chemistry is, no matter how, or even if you do hop into bed 5 minutes later, you don't necessarily get married, like that day, even if you are going to get married. It just, like, there's a bit of a process, there's a bit of a time that we go through. And so kind of realizing that and realizing where something is, and of course, realizing where you're in the process. Now, it also wouldn't make sense if Jim was on his site pre-selling his own products. No, he's not pre-selling them. He needs to sell them at this point. Is that correct, Jim?
Yeah, once you get to the landing page, we need to now convince you that our product fits your needs.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jim,
go ahead. Everything up to that point is the pre-sale process and the funnel process. Now, even in the Day Job Killer process, you're still going to present them in the way that you talked about it. You give them the why, then the how, and then the what, in order for them to feel comfortable that you have what it is that they offer. Salesmanship is salesmanship. You just need to run them down through the natural progress to make them feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I really like that. Jim, I want to thank you for coming live today. What I want to do is I want to make you an organizer so you can see the thank yous of all the people that are here. So just give me a moment. Let me just find you. We have a shocking number of people live right now.
Greetings to all fellow Project Xers and OMG Live people.
All right, Jim. Jim's audio just cut out for a second.
Don't say too much, but
yeah, I did. Your audio cut out for a second because you're going through the join the organizer process. So Jim can now see your thank yous. If you want to thank Jim right now, Jim just revealed a very, very successful website of his. Just really, I think it's just priceless. Just really, really great. Jim, can you see those thank yous? Do you know how the GoToWebinar process works? If you open up the question dialog, that's right below where it says webcam, and there's just dozens of thank yous. We have over 100 people live right now. This is incredible. It's a huge event here.
Oh yeah, wow. There's lots of folks here.
Yeah, we have a lot
everybody.
of people here.
Thanks for taking your time to join us. I'm glad to be able to share. Also, Mike, just an insider, I might have a really interesting case study for you regarding this site in about 3 or 4 months.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Little news on the horizon?
News on the horizon, yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, thank you for introducing us to this site. I think that this is absolutely invaluable, and there's just dozens of thank yous that have poured in. And we have a great mix here. We have some new people here, some people that are brand new, maybe have never even made a penny online, some people that are starting to make money. We've got, I just spotted Dwayne Armstrong in the audience. Dwayne actually came live on a webinar that we did a couple days ago. That was really exciting to meet him in person. We've got Glenn Ingram on. Glenn was actually on the same webinar. I see Mike Bevington, the Bevster, is in the audience. I see Tony Indico. Tony sent me an email. He was a little distressed that he doesn't get my email dispatches anymore, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Yeah, I want to thank everybody that's here. I recognize very many of your names, and I'm just glad that you guys are here. Let me ask you this, folks in the audience. Do you feel like this was valuable, both from a standpoint, this part, we're about 25 minutes in, do you feel like that this was valuable from the standpoint of starting to get a little bit of the mindset behind the scenes, both of an e-commerce website and from a standpoint of how we're going to use this website as a potential template, both for e-commerce and for doing affiliate marketing, and also kind of help triangulate on what it is that Greg and Martin are doing so successfully with KLKS that we can use this in our launch jacking, we can use this in our CPA and any sort of affiliate marketing. And like Jim said, the bottom line is this is going to be something that's going to be valuable. Salesmanship is salesmanship, and it's going to also be valuable for your day job killer local client consulting. Jim, thank you so much for coming live on this event. I really appreciate you. I'm going to leave you on as an organizer. If anybody has specific questions for Jim, just for Jim and Jim alone, where you want to kind of kept private or whatever, you can just type in Jim : and then he might potentially see your question. He might answer it. He's not here to do that, but if he feels like doing it, that's fine. And I just really appreciate you coming live, Jim. Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. I'll be here for probably about another 15, 20 minutes. So.
Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna briefly mute Jim. That way he can drink coffee or make whatever noises. So this is exciting. I'm gonna bring on one more special guest, and then I'm gonna get straight to Q&A. So I didn't know Jim was gonna be on. I did know this guest was gonna be on, and I invited him on. So let me find him in the audience. His name is Todd Spears. Here we go. Make Todd an organizer. All right. It usually takes a few seconds for the audio to resolve. Todd, are you there? Todd Spears?
Hello, I'm here.
Hey, Todd. Okay. Let me pull up Todd's Facebook page so we all know who we're talking to here.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfect. All right. So
Great.
this is Todd himself and his beautiful wife, and I guess this is your daughter?
That's Leah, yes.
All right. And Todd, now Todd has a great, a very special story. Todd actually is the person who first introduced Greg Morse and the One Man Gang to the private blog network and this wonderful miracle that we have with expired domains. And Todd has been around the block for a long, long, long time. And Todd's a businessman, just like everyone here is a businessman or woman. Todd's doing it for his family. This is his wife and his 2 younger kids. So one of the things I asked Todd to do, I asked him to do this last night, and he got back to me, and thank goodness he said yes. This is really exciting. As I open up your OMG beginner acceleration support, everyone who's in Project X can become a part of this group if you want. It's an optional group. So far, we already have 45 members. this is a group for getting unstuck. If you feel like you're a beginner at some area of things, if you're a beginner with SEO or some aspect of SEO or getting clients or conversion or what have you. And what we've done is I've asked Todd, I've created a thread and this is kind of an idea that Todd first came up with inside of your normal OMG Facebook group. You don't see it all the time because there's so many posts in there. It gets a little cluttered. But Todd started an all about PBNs thread. It's a dedicated thread, and it's right here, okay? And I just started it just a minute or two before we began this event. And this thread is going to give you the opportunity, because PBNs and expired domains are so important when it comes to really having command and control over our traffic. So what we're going to want to do is, as much as possible, when you have questions about PBNs or about expired domains, you want to place them here. And I've referenced Todd in this. And Todd also has outstanding, of course, we tend to, as we grow up and scale up and so forth, you're going to tend to want to spread your hosting out. But Todd has excellent hosting at BizBuilder Hosting. And that's a great place to go. So Todd knows about hosting. He knows the devil in the details on PBNs. He has spoken for hours and hours and hours and masterminded and focused with Greg Morrison on this subject. He has been working on private blog networks, boy, Todd, all the way back since, what, 2007? Is that right?
Actually, before then, we first started doing it probably around 2004.
Okay.
And that's where it first started coming out, and building the blogs and the blog networks and using those to be able to control our own properties in order to get links to our money sites. And then, the biggest, one of the biggest issues with doing that is, in fact, the hosting and the multiple IPs and the Class C networks. And then with that challenge, I went out and decided to create what's now called SEO hosting. So yeah, it kind of started back in 2004, really.
Yeah. So he's been at this. He's been at this for a long time. And what I want to do is I want to go through very quickly. So at the high level, it is possible that someone's joined OMG and doesn't know exactly what this is, and that's fine. So when we say PBM, that stands for Private Blog Network. And that's like having our own network of sites that helps us rank things. I also call this a Death Star. It's like a rankings Death Star. It's rankings on demand. And it's very, very powerful because it lets us control our own destiny, including when Google changes the rules, and Google will change the rules several times this year. There's no question that Google will go through several major algorithm changes and hundreds of small algorithm changes this year, where little differences in our anchor text and little differences in where we direct our links and so forth, that Greg will be following along with you. Greg will keenly be watching this for you. And what happens is, when you have your own private blog network of websites, that allows you to adjust and tune things. So for example, let's imagine that instead of klks.com being a money site, right now it's obviously it's a money site that's all about selling e-cigarettes. But let's say that instead Greg had wanted to use this website as a private blog network to do stuff like rank NashvilleSEO.org. So I'll pull up, search for Nashville SEO. Sorry, my computer's a little jammed up here. So if Greg was using klks.com to help rank Nashville SEO, have you seen these rankings, by the way, Todd? Pretty fun. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. We got
killing it.
We'll get actually, I'll talk about this. I just got a phone call today from Nashville SEO. I get a call almost every day on it, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So anyways, let's say that we are using klks.com, and not so much as a money site, but as a private blog network site. Then the idea would be that instead of this article here, this is currently an article on Vapor Zone, which is one of the e-cigarette brands. It might be instead of Vapor Zone, this might be a Nashville, the scoop on Nashville SEO might be the name of this article. And instead of this link that says International Vapor Group, it might say Nashville Search Engine Optimization. Is that correct, Todd?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and then that would then link to either the homepage of Nashville SEO or one of the internal pages on Nashville SEO. And what would happen is, because klks.com used to be an old radio station site, it came pre-wired with hundreds or maybe even thousands of juicy backlinks, really great natural backlinks. And the power of those backlinks then would be passed from klks.com over to Nashville SEO, and that lets us easily rank NashvilleSEO.org with just a few backlinks. Now, let's say that Google comes up with an algorithm change and they make it so it's even more important, let's say, to have branded anchor text or long anchor text. This is something that we went through recently. About 6 months ago, they wanted you to have really, really long anchor text where it could be like a whole sentence could be your anchor text. Well, what we could then do is go to klks.com and change it from saying Nashville SEO or Nashville Search Engine Optimization to this backlink might say, I've been investigating Nashville Search Engine Optimization, right? Which is a big, long sentence, and that could all be one hyperlink. We could change that hyperlink to saying, I've been investigating Nashville SEO services, and it would still link to NashvilleSEO.org. So we can make that change and benefit from the new algorithm change. Is that correct, Todd?
Yeah, that's right. A buzzword we like to use in there is called sandwiched anchor text.
Yep.
And that's, like you said, either a long sentence or a big, large portion of the sentence where your primary target keyword is sandwiched in the context of multiple words.
Right. And that's not a big thing right now, but it could come back, you know.
Right.
And so the point is, when Google, now don't worry, Greg will keep you updated with all of these changes. That's the wonderful thing. One of the many wonderful things about being a member of Project X is that Greg's going to keep you up to date with those fine-tuned details. And that's one of the reasons why we have this all about PBN fed. But this is the basic idea behind PBNs. And also remember expired domains. Now, this website is an expired domain. klks.com is an expired domain, and Greg's using it as a money site. So it's just directly benefiting from those previous backlinks to help it rank. So this is such a powerful concept. And by the way, clients love it. They absolutely love it. Todd, I got a phone call today from a locksmith in Nashville, and he came over and he saw NashvilleSEO.org, and he was really impressed. He was impressed with the page one domination. And he said, listen, I've been trying to do my own SEO because I hired a guy, and when I hired that guy, he destroyed my website. He sent a bunch of spammy backlinks to it, and then my website tanked. I had to make an all-new website. What are you going to do that's different? And you know what I told him, Todd? I told him, listen, you see my domination, but that's something that lasts. It's something that endures. We don't just get tons of visitors because we dominate page one, and we dominate page one for lots of keywords. But our rankings also have consistency and endurance. And the reason why is because I own my own private network of news sites. Okay? I own my own private network of news sites. It is the word that I use. Let me pull that up for you. Kind of special. I'm going to type that up. I own my own private network. I'm going to pull this up for you so you can see it. Work of news sites. And actually, I said of high quality news sites. So let me see where I put this. And I think Todd knows where I'm going with this. I think a lot of people probably realize where I'm going with this, but I'll explain it a little bit more. This is very convincing to people. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. I own my own private network of actually I said high quality news sites with excellent authors. Okay, and Todd, this is actually true because we are posting news items and articles and editorials all over the internet. We're using typically good authors to do it. So what's the problem with saying the reality is the reason why I'm able to rank your site consistently is instead of doing these weird black hat practices, I own my own private network of high quality news sites with excellent authors. And those authors will post reviews. It's one of the reasons why I only work with high quality businesses. And then we link back to your website. And then that's going to be so much more powerful, so much more enduring. for your success. And these are sites that have been around for years and years and years. Now, right now, we're going to be going through like a lot of questions. I'll have to ask you to re-ask your questions originally, but I need just for feedback's sake, give me the number one if this idea makes sense from day job killer local client consulting standpoint of being able to say to people, listen, I have my own private network of high quality news sites. Wow, this is really, people are really getting this. You seen that, Todd?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I love that.
So we have a great crowd here. And listen, the whole idea with OMG is we're doing it. Me and Greg and Fletch and David Mills, we have our own sites. Todd has his own sites. We're underground guys. Jim, who you just met, has his own sites. We all have our own sites. We all make money with our own stuff. I make tons of money with national SEO. Greg makes tons of money with KLKS. There's other sites that we have that we make tons and tons of money with. And what we do is we're making money with those businesses, and then we're reporting back to you what's working right now. What's working right now. And of course, we want to help you have success with those businesses and with those websites. We're constantly testing. When I say testing, what I mean is doing stuff. Doing stuff and trying to make it work and seeing what's putting money in our pocket. And if, chances are, if we put money in our pocket and then tell you how to do it, then we can put money in your pocket. One of the biggest questions we're getting in right now is how do you join the beginners group? Add me as a friend on Facebook. My email address is mikelongmagic@gmail.com. So you can search me on Facebook at mikelongmagic@gmail.com. Add me as a friend. If you're already a friend of mine, then send me an email and I will add you to the group immediately. And I want as many people want to join it, you're most welcome. This is going to be a thriving and wonderful resource. Todd?
Yeah, that's going to be a great, oh, go ahead, Mike.
Please.
I was going to say, guys, yeah, get on that thread. Don't be shy. You can just introduce yourself or whatever you want to do to get started. But I do know this. The other thread that I started in the other group is probably the biggest thread in
Definitely
the
biggest thread.
There's like
far and away the biggest thread. Yeah, it's like 700 or 800 posts on it.
Last time I looked, I think it was closer to 1,000.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
So, guys, don't think there's any question that you can't ask in there. I promise you there's not a question that you ask that I won't be able to help you with and answer. And over time, there's going to be some other guys in the group that will be answering in the thread as well. So it'll probably get real active.
Yeah.
And just don't be shy. We can answer any questions you have on there. And
yeah,
like I said,
and I'm telling you this personally. I know this personally. This is not just. I would never bring somebody live who I didn't personally know and didn't personally know that person absolutely knows their stuff up, down, left, right, and through the middle. Todd does. We actually had Todd to OMG Live Nashville. He actually spoke at OMG Live Nashville. He is an absolute authority on this. He is absolutely exactly up to date with what Greg knows about PBNs. He stays up to date. That's wonderful. We just got a post from Steven. Steven, are you on this event right now? Curious. I know Steven's been doing some client getting recently. Okay, absolutely, Adrian. I will add you. I will add you in just a moment. You guys can. It's absolutely great for you guys to go ahead and chime in and ask for me to add you to the group, and you're most welcome to do that. I'm gonna a little bit try to minimize the windows as they come up, just with respect to this event. But now's a great time. Trust Facebook video call and plug. Okay. Oh, I don't mean to be calling you Adrian. Sorry. This is sorry. One of the weird things about Facebook, little weird things that go on. But anyways, all right. So that's wonderful. Now, Todd, if you could think of the top 3 to 5 biggest misconceptions or biggest questions that OMGers have about PBNs, do you have any? Oh, I just lost everything. I lost it all. Yeah, you know how this is. It's all wacky. Anyways, what would you say the top few frequently asked questions that people have about private blog networks are?
A lot has to do with hosting. A lot has to do with buying expired domains, age domains, the ones that in the GoDaddy auction.
Yeah.
That there's a lot of information on in OMG, and we can provide some here as well. So the hosting, the domain and the content.
Yep. Okay, so let's go through this really brief, high level. Hosting wise, always need to be at least on a separate C class host.
That's right, and that's defined as the third octet in an IP address. As we know now, there's 4 octets reading from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that third one, as long as the third one is different, you're good to go.
Okay.
So if you want to write something,
so an IP might be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's make this one ABC.
Right.
So this one needs to be different.
Correct.
Okay.
That's the minimum. Now, a lot of times, like with my hosting, it's also good to get spread out a little bit, and we have different Class A's, different networks. So the bigger you get, you know, the more far apart you want a little bit. But it's not that it matters a whole lot, but it does but it might in the future, and it's good to do that anyway. And I provide those things as well. So.
Okay, great. All right, so that's hosting. Then
Right.
the next question has to do with actually the bidding process, what to bid for and what not to bid for. One of the biggest misconceptions that I see is people focusing too much on PR.
PR.
Do you agree with this?
I do.
Okay, this can really be misguided and misdirected. PR, there's a whole bunch of factors out there. The number one thing is just natural good links.
Natural good leaks. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're just looking at PR, if you're just looking to bid on high PR, you're going to overpay.
Yeah.
And not get as good a quality as if you're more focused on. First of all, the domain authority from Moz will sort of give you a running head start on which domains you should even be investigating their backlink profile on. And a good example of a great backlink profile was the KLKS site. Okay, if I can talk about that for a second.
I wonder if I can pull that up on Majestic. Yeah.
You know, when Greg first got that, it was when he first found it. Age is also a good thing. Okay, age is good. So KLKS had all the great factors you want to look for, and lo and behold, it ranks phenomenally well for E6. It would rank phenomenally well for anything you put on that site. Yeah. And the main reason is because it had a lot of age, and it had a good backlink profile because it was a radio station that was formed in the late 90s, I believe it was registered.
Yeah,
and it was never spammed out. I mean, who spams links to a radio station? You know, it was never SEO forced. It just had natural links coming to the site, and what were those links? Mostly KLKS.
Yeah, and what we mean by natural, by the way, is that you, with zero SEO knowledge, can look at it and say, this makes sense. You know, it makes sense that Metallica.com would link to KLKS.com because Metallica is a band and KLKS is a radio station. So if Metallica did an interview on KLKS, it makes sense that they would, these two things make sense. If somebody who is running let's say KLKS has a news division, and let's say they broke a big story on, you know, a big construction, you know, some catastrophe at a construction site, and one of the local other news stations, one of the TV stations, linked back to it, then that would make sense, right? Like the links should make sense. You should be able to go and look in Majestic or look in Ahrefs, and you should be able to go and follow those backlinks and actually go to where the backlink is and look at it and say, this makes sense. Like this actually just makes normal, decent human sense that, you know, that there's a reason why, you know, or if a restaurant is linking to KLKS, maybe KLKS did an interview or a spot about that restaurant. So Arnie's Pizza is linking to KLKS.com, and you go to Arnie's Pizza, and Arnie's Pizza is like, yeah, KLKS did a news story on us, and they're linking to KLKS.com. Give me the number one if it makes sense to you what natural means, and give me the 2 if it does not make sense. Let's see what we got. A lot of 1s. Any 2s? 2s are not a problem. Everyone's getting it. I don't see a single 2. 7 out of 8? Okay, Orlando. Thanks for the help. What does that mean? Okay. All right. So natural links really matter. Age really matters. Let's pull up our chart. So a big mistake.
Oh, and by the way, that domain when Greg bought it was PR0.
Yeah, exactly. So KLKS, everyone type in 0 because I want you to remember that KLKS.com was a PR0.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
PR0 when he bought it.
Yeah.
And it started doing well right when he started it, right when he started adding content to it, right when he started putting some links to it. It started doing well right out of the gate, and these are the reasons why.
Yeah. So we've got domain authority, natural good links that are hard to get with SEO, and age. So these are all things that are going to work in your favor. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that a site having PR is going to drive us away, but the problem is everybody knows PR and it's going to drive up the price. Okay. So
yeah, absolutely.
So that's really going to be an issue. Going after those PR zeros
you're going to find
fantastic.
And you're going to find some sites out there that are really good, that have really good domain authority, that have a really good backlink profile, and the PR is going to be 3 or 4, and it can get pricey. The golden nuggets are the ones that you can find with those 2 things without PR3 and up.
Great.
Then
Great,
you can
exactly.
find them for under $100, under $50.
Yeah.
Those are the golden nuggets.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Remember, this is a bidding process. Another thing I'll tell you that Greg has told me, don't fall in love. Okay?
Right.
Don't fall in love. You can fall in love in life. Don't fall in love with a website. Okay?
Mm. Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there who are new at this and were told by some other SEO guru that just go buy a bunch of old PR 3 and up, and you're going to do good.
Yeah, let me just tell you this, guys. One of the most dangerous things that you can do is learn from one of Greg's pirates. It truly is one of the it's true. There's a lot of people out there, even people that have been affiliates of ours, who are just actively trying to copy OMG information. And the problem is they're always copying what we were doing 6 months ago or a year ago. And in fact, they're copying 75% of what we were doing 6 months ago or a year ago. And it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I want everyone to type in this heart, don't fall in love. You can copy it. Okay. Heart, don't fall in love, heart. Because I really want you to remember this. I want you to take some live. Don't fall in love with these websites. When you're going through the bidding process, don't fall in love. Get good value. Don't fall in love. All right?
There's always more tomorrow.
There's always more fish in the sea. There's always more fish in the sea. Okay, great. Yeah.
When I help people go through this process, that's one of the things that I have to keep reminding them is, hey, you don't have to get all your domains in one day. Hey, if you're not sure about this one, just wipe it off the list and move on. There's always more tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Todd, I want to thank you so much for coming on this event. And would everybody thank Todd? Todd can see the question box. It's just a wonderful resource having him here, having him be a part of OMG. We're so happy to have him be a part of our City on a Hill. And he's just a wonderful resource, and he's going to be inside of that extraordinary OMG beginner acceleration and support area, and it's just very exciting time to be in SEO, and Todd's one of those reasons. So thank you, Todd. Thank you so much. And I want everyone to know Todd came on. I called him, I kid you not, 15 minutes before this event, and he just jumped right on. So really awesome guy.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, great. Yeah, we have a little over 115 people on the event. We've gotten almost 100 thank yous. So cheers to you, Todd. Todd, thank you so much time for taking time out of your valuable schedule. I'm gonna put Todd on mute, and we just really appreciate Todd coming live. Okay, now what I'm gonna do at this point is we're almost an hour into this event. What I want to do is go over something that just came up. I want to go over some kind of keys. I would have gone over this at the beginning of the event, but just by the nature of things and by the way things happen, I think it was valuable to have Jim on and of course Todd on. That was extremely valuable. I want to go through some stuff here. So let's talk. David Mills is about to come out with a video. I want to give you a sneak preview of it. And this is going to help you orient you to having success with Project X, whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And I actually want to bring Dave Keys on in just a second. Hopefully he'll still be around. So there's three big things that are going to get your way of success. One is distraction, and we were just talking about that. Two, and I'll explain how to get past these things. Two is scarcity mindset. And three is misunderstanding, confusion, and overwhelm. All right, these are the three big dangers, and I really want to help you get past this. Okay, now first of all, distraction. I think that everyone's going to get this. I think everyone's going to understand it. What's the best way for you to get rid of money-getting distractions right now? Give me what am I going to tell you to do? And I'm going to beat on this. You're going to hear me say this again and again and again and again over the course of the next couple months. No one's got it yet. I know someone's going to get it. There we go. Dwayne got it right away. Dwayne Berlin. I'm going to bring Dwayne on since Dwayne was the first person to say it. Dwayne, by the way, just recently had a big success. Really excited to have Dwayne on. Dwayne, is your microphone live? Are you there? Put Dwayne on the spot. Find out if Dwayne. Yeah, a lot of people got it now. Dwayne says just a minute. Okay, Dwayne's gonna get his microphone. He's gonna get it. I'll let the cat out of the bag, and then I'll let Dwayne tell you about his recent success. Okay, distraction. Unfreaking subscribe. Okay, let's get everyone to type that in. Unfreaking subscribe. All right, there are 1 million people out there. Hey, Dwayne, are you there? Dwayne's getting. Can everyone type that in? You can copy and paste it. Unfreaking subscribe. Get off everybody's list. Everybody.
Testing.
Hey, Dwayne, can you hear me? Dwayne, I can hear you. Sorry, Dwayne's still getting this together. So while Dwayne's getting this together, I want you to get off every single list that you're on besides OMG. All of them. All of them. I don't care who they are. Get off their list. Just get off. Just be done with it. Okay? We will tell you what you need to know, and you will not miss out. Get off everybody else's list. Everyone's. If you're typing in something right now,
Dwayne, looks like it's working, but I can't hear you guys.
Dwayne, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, Dwayne doesn't realize that we can hear him. So just get off absolutely everybody's list. Just get off absolutely everybody's list. All right. So that's the whole thing. At some point down the road, when you're back up to 5 figures a month or 6 figures a month, if at that point you really want to join somebody else's list, then by all means. But really, you just don't need to. Okay. If there's anybody important, you will meet them inside of OMG. All right. You will have contact with them inside of OMG. You will not miss out on everything. Get off everybody else's list. If you're saying a name right now, I'm not going to come out and name names. Just if they're a person, get off their list. Everyone's list, get off. Okay? I don't know what else to tell you. This is the thing to do. We're the ones with hundreds of earnings reports. We're the ones with over 100 5-figure per month earnings reports. And all I want to know, you don't have to. I'm telling you, everybody's list. Everybody. This isn't a vendetta against anybody. This isn't personal. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm trying to help you have success. Get off everyone's list. Everyone's. Okay? I want you off everyone's list. Every last list. Okay, I don't want to make exceptions. I'm not making exceptions. Get off everyone's list. All right. If you're asking me, the answer is yes. If you're saying even so and so's, the answer is yes, even so and so. Okay, doesn't mean I dislike them. It doesn't mean that they're not a good human being. I'm not making any sort of an assertion like that at all. I'm saying get off their list. So if you will agree to get off everyone's list, give me the number one, and it's fine if you don't. But I'm just curious how many people are going to say number one. So get off everyone's list. Great. Great. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm totally down with everybody. Like I really like you guys, and if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But this will really help you. Now, the second thing, scarcity mindset. Instead, we want abundance. Okay? There are so many keywords out there. Just for local client consulting, there's 2,000 cities in America that you can rank number one for My City SEO, that you can rank for doctors, lawyers, plumbers, locksmiths, landscaping, tree removal, dentists, for eyelashes, for joint pain. There's a zillion keywords just in local. Being in local, we get to invent our own affiliate program. There at least 2,000, Jack. And we're talking about 2,000 cities, and each of those 2,000 cities have hundreds of keywords that we can go after, or even thousands. There's just a jillion keywords out there. There's so much, and money's just flying all over the place. And that doesn't even get into affiliate offers. Money is flying all over the place, all right? That's why I want you to know. You have to have the mindset that money is flying all over the place. All right? Money is flying all over the place. I will put that in the chat box. Money is flying all over the place. All right? I want everyone to type that in. Money is flying all over the place. Okay, great. Dwayne got his microphone to work. Dwayne, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I want to hear about your money getting. You had a recent story.
I did, yeah. We just closed the deal with a plumber, a local plumber here, and on top of that, he liked the results that I was showing him so much that he went ahead and bought into a customization job for a lead generation site we're doing in his field.
Excellent. What's the money getting scoop?
A little over $3,000 for the setup and $1,550 a month.
Awesome, dude. That's a full-time income. No, seriously, that's how much the average American makes. The average American makes like $1,600 a month. Like, that's a lot of money. And that's one job. Do you think you can do that again?
Absolutely.
How does that feel?
We're gearing up for a new one, minimum one per month. I've got 2 more lined up, a dentist and a chiropractor I'm thinking of approaching soon.
Oh, that's wonderful. How'd you land your plumber?
He called me, actually. He's been watching what I've been doing for a couple of years, so he said. So that was luck. But
that's great. Do you have your city? Are you starting to work on your city SEO stuff?
Yeah, I've been doing that for 4 years now, actually.
Nice, excellent. So that works. Like, I mean, everyone just realized, like, your city SEO, it works. It works. It very, very, very powerful. Awesome. Well, Dwayne, we're so glad you joined Project X, and it's always wonderful to see the earnings reports. It's wonderful.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here. Really.
Okay, guys. Thanks for having Dwayne. Oh, Dwayne, are you going to unsubscribe from everyone's list?
Absolutely.
Love it.
Especially, I won't name a name, but yeah.
Don't name any names. Don't name any names.
No.
Okay, great. All right. I'm going to mute Dwayne. Okay, now that you're muted, Dwayne, now you can say it. Okay. Wonderful. So everyone should be typing in, if they want to. Money is flying all over the place. And I'm seeing a lot of that. I'd like to see more because it really is. You know, I just went to Whole Foods before I came over here. I've got my food sitting here, by the way, just waiting for me until we're done here. Actually, I think I'm going to run over to the refrigerator while you type in. Money is flying all over the place. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Okay, so we are. Here we are. It's 1 hour into your first webinar with me. This should be the part of the show where I come out with some Diamond Coaching Club that costs $25,000, right? Because I was reading about it from the Guru Handbook, and the gurus say that time for the Diamond Coaching Club offer, right? I'm just joking. We don't have a Diamond Coaching Club. That's a bunch of crap. There's no upsells here. I probably caused, how many people had a quick heart attack when I said that? Give me the number one if you had a quick heart attack when I said that. That's great. Yeah, this is the Diamond Coaching Club. This is the Diamond Coaching Club. There's no guru crap here. Coach heart attack. Yeah. No. None of that stuff. Okay. Now let's talk about misunderstanding, confusion, and overwhelm. All right. So when you're, let me ask you this. You start feeling confused. You start feeling overwhelmed. Give me number one if you think that's good. Give me the number two if you think it's bad. So you're inside of OMG. You're looking through. There's all this stuff going all over the place. You don't immediately get what's going on. You might even feel extremely confused and extremely overwhelmed. Give me number one if that's a positive sign. Give me a number two if it's a negative sign. One if it's positive, two if it's negative. Okay, great feedback. I'm not going to chastise anybody for the wrong answer. I just want you to find out where you stand. Okay, the answer is it's fantastic news. It's fantastic news. What is the feeling of confusion and overwhelm? Has anybody ever lifted weights? Has anybody here ever lifted weights? Lifted weights, done running, yoga? What happens when you lift weights? How do your muscles feel? How do your muscles feel when you lift weights? Sore. Is that sore? They feel sore, tired, painful, tired, sore? Absolutely. Is that if you're lifting weights and you're trying to bulk up and get strong, is that soreness good or is it bad? Type in good or bad. Is soreness good or bad? Yeah. You can sit on the couch flipping a remote control and you're never going to get sore, but you're not getting healthier, right? Okay? The soreness is a good thing. It's a good thing, okay? Because it's a feeling of your muscle fibers ripping open to get stronger, to get healthier, to get more flexible, okay? It's a good thing, all right? It's a good thing. Well, and again, I'm not getting into, all right, I understand there may be some kind of technical thing behind this. Maybe you should manage your pain better or whatever, but it's fine, okay? The whole thing is, at the end of the day, confusion and overwhelm is the feeling of your brain getting stronger. It's the feeling of your brain ripping open to create new neural pathways, all right? Embracing confusion and overwhelm is the answer. Embrace confusion and overwhelm. All right. This is a huge silver bullet. A huge silver bullet. Embrace confusion and overwhelm. Please type that in. Embrace confusion and overwhelm. Everyone who's successful, everyone who is successful embraces confusion and overwhelm. Everyone. You cannot be successful without embracing confusion and overwhelm. Now is a good timing. Let me just see if Dave Keys is still around. Now is an excellent time to bring Dave Keys on. Dave, are you there? Hopefully I caught him at the right time. So it says he's actually muted on his own stuff. Dave, it currently says that you're muted. Now it says you're not. Are you there?
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dave Keys. I'll pull Dave up on Facebook. Let's minimize some stuff here. So this is Dave. Dave is a pirate. No, Dave's not a pirate. Dave's a normal guy. Dave's a normal guy. Here's Dave. He's just a normal guy. He's Dave with brothers and sisters. He's a normal guy. He is not a pirate. So
on the left. Yep.
Yep. Yes, he's the one on the left right here. This is Dave Keys, normal guy. Okay. Now, Dave joined Project X right around the beginning of the year, and you've really had a lot of success. You've gone from 0 to 20 grand a month. Not zero. You went from like low thousands to 20 grand a month very, very fast.
Yeah, I was whittled down to about 5,000-6,000 a month. My low point was like 5,900, which, you know, with my expenses was really killing me. Penguin did that, and then I came into Project X right around the 10th of January, Under 60 days, I was up to 20,000 a month. I'm at 20,000 a month today.
Awesome.
All the work I can handle. They just keep knocking on my door. I had another guy contact me today that I did some work for a long time ago. I think he's just been seeing what I've been doing for others, and so it's client management now. It's just like, okay, who am I taking on, and who do I need to like maybe steer away from and get somebody that takes less of my time.
Yeah. Now, Dave and I recorded a wonderful series that's inside of your Project X membership area. It's right at the front of thing. There we go. Right at the right at the top of your Project X members area. If I scroll down, there's the latest news. Here's the latest news feed, and then as we get a little bit lower, here's with Dave Keys and also with Glenn Ingram. These are really outstanding field reports. And one of the things that Dave revealed is how he's ranking for real estate SEO. And this is one of the reasons I say, like, listen, there are just tons and tons and tons of keywords out there. This is Dave's LinkedIn profile. This is his YouTube. And are any of these other things you as well, or is it just these two?
If you scroll down a little bit, you should see Solutions by Dave. It's hovering
Yep,
around
right here.
8 or something. There you
Right.
go. Yeah.
Right. So Dave's really working on search engine domination for real estate SEO. He bounces back and forth between number 1 and number 2, and it's really it's generated a huge amount of business for him. He's built a huge list. He's had huge success with this. Dave, let me ask you this: what do you think about this idea of embracing confusion and overwhelm?
You know, that I don't know if there's a time to push LOI, but
By all
on the
means.
basis of this, Law of Implication by David Mills. I really started with the Law of Implication product. I was on vacation in Hawaii on borrowed money, and I came down sick, and I had just bought the course, Law of Implication. It's $99. If you do not own access to this course, I can tell you in a very personal way, for me, up to date since I got in December, that it is worth not 10 times the price, but 100 times the price. It is worth the money, Law of Implication. But I started with that course. While I was sick, I just consumed that. And that helped me realize whether or not I could choose Project X successfully. The way I make choices now, if you're not on the inside, it seems backwards, but the way you do choosing in business is very important to avoid things that will trip you and send you over a cliff. Confusion and overwhelm are like the red pill, blue pill in the matrix. It's like when you start to realize things are not as they seem, that's when you're starting to become aware of the truth. And because you're not aware of the truth, if you're not aware of those things that don't align with the way you naturally think. And I'll leave it at that. But it's completely at the core of what Project X and money getting are about. What's behind that is something that's a lot deeper and a lot more profound. So go get it. And absolutely, if you can learn to embrace the confusion and overwhelm and learn in that environment, that heat is on, that's where your muscles are growing, that's where you're starting to realize what is you're really seeing versus what you think you're seeing. They're not the same. It brings to light the things that are less visible, but that are very important. Are we still there?
Hey guys, sorry I had a little bit of line deadness there. Yeah, there's always muting and unmuting issues with GoToWebinar. So really, Law of Implication, it's in the bottom right of your members area. There's a huge training portion in there. Absolutely take advantage of it. Obviously, this isn't our big make money scheme of our lifetime. It is the reason why me and David Mills got into internet marketing, was to spread Law of Implication. I don't know anybody more successful than me, David, and Greg in the internet marketing world. And the basis of our business is Law of Implication. You'll find out more and more about it, but really, in terms of what you need to know right now is we need to limit these things for you: distraction, scarcity mindset, and misunderstanding, confusion, and overwhelm. And if we can do those, and of course I've got the answers below here to each of them, if we can do these things, you're going to be on such stronger ground, such stronger ground. And David's creating a video for you on this subject and on this topic. Now, Dave, since we've got you on, you've had so much success with client getting. What I'd like to know just for a few seconds is, if you were starting over today, with let's say I dropped you off in Miami with a laptop, maybe $1,000 in your bank account. You're staying at a youth hostel. You've got a jar of peanut butter and a loaf of bread. Not necessarily a youth hostel, but whatever, a cheap hotel or whatever. What would you do today? And I have no idea what you're going to answer me. Presumably, you do client side SEO. You have your OMG membership. What would you do today?
And I'm presuming you mean that, like, if I didn't have my website that ranks.
Yeah, you don't have your website, you don't have your lists, you have a few $100, maybe $1,000 in your bank. You have a jar of peanut butter, you have a loaf of bread. I'm dropping you off at a hotel. Good luck, best of luck to you. Let's say you have a cell phone and a laptop. You have to go to Starbucks for internet. Give me the number one if you'd like to know the answer to this question. I personally always find this to be a fascinating question. The jar of peanut butter question. Yeah, people really like this question. They've actually make you an organizer so you can see the feedback. Give me 1 second here. All right, so I'm making Dave an organizer here. Okay, so you're in Miami. You've got a jar of peanut butter, a loaf of bread. You're staying at a very low income housing situation. You've got a laptop. You've got a cell phone. How do you start making money? What would you do?
Yeah, I'd start with something where I have some level of expertise. I'd go for a niche, and
so you go for real estate SEO.
I'd go for real estate SEO again, and I'd rank a video like I did now. That took a couple of weeks.
Okay. And would you what about contacting realtors in the area?
Yeah, I might. After I get something ranked, then I might, I'm not a big fan of cold calling. But
now just so you know, anybody inside of OMG, anybody inside of Project is allowed to use our ranking. So you can show them Nashville SEO and say, I can do this. And you can also show them water damage St. George. So you can show them the search engine domination stuff. How would you feel about that? And I'm just curious for your take on things. If you wouldn't be willing to do it, if you'd rather have a few extra peanut butter sandwiches while you rebuilt things from scratch, then that totally makes sense.
Once I get somebody on the phone, this is really critical, because this has nothing to do with whether I can show something on a screen or not. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of knowing. And one of the questions, in fact, Mike, you probably remember this, one of the questions I had when I first contacted you, and it was amazing to me that Mike answered my email, because most internet marketers don't answer your email.
I'm not an internet marketer. I'm an underground guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you answered my question, which was, can I know that I can tell my clients with confidence that I can rank them? Because that ability to have confidence and know that I can rank a client is absolutely essential to my ability to pitch to them, to know I can rank them. He said, yes, you can. I got in. I realized that was absolutely true. So I could get on the phone today with a brand new client and say, look, let's just, I can show you metrics and stuff all day. Here's the bottom line. I can rank you. It doesn't matter what your market is. It really doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is if you can afford it. I can rank you. Can you afford it is the other question. If you can afford it, let's go. I'll rank you. It's not a problem. I rank over and over, and I can rank you. So come in or go out. I don't quite say it like that, but that's the feeling behind it. And they pick up on that. I wrote a couple times that fear, a client can smell fear. They can smell it a long way away. They can also smell confidence. It's very subtle. It's psychologically invisible, but it's in that, David Mills would say, don't say subconscious, but it's in the less than conscious field. Yeah. They sense all that stuff, and you sense it too. And you can even sense it now when I talk, when I say, look, I can rank you. Yeah. It may take 60, 90, 120 days. It may take, $2,000 in your market. It may take 3,000. I can rank you. That's not the question. I can rank you. Yeah. That is powerful.
Yeah.
That is absolutely powerful. And that alone right there, believe it or not, as little as that seems, that one factor, I can say to a client, not knowing them, not really knowing their market or taking a peek, okay, so you're in Norcross, Georgia, so what? I can rank you. You're in
Yeah.
Atlanta, I can rank you. It'll
Yeah.
cost more in Atlanta, but I know I can rank you. So
Yeah.
let's
I
go.
can rank you. Let's. Regardless of whether you feel right now like you can rank people or not, I do want you to type I can rank you, because the reality is everyone. Now, Dave, you were no SEO. You were struggling in SEO when you joined us, January 10th.
Absolutely. Penguin had kicked my ass all the way down to like 5,000 something a month.
And that's great, and that's actually great news now, because that's what happened to everybody else. Listen,
Absolutely.
the SEO agencies are running scared right now. Most of them have gone out of business. Okay? The SEO agencies are running scared right now. Most of them have gone out of business. That's reality. That's reality.
The ones that haven't gone out of business are avoiding the 800-pound gorilla and talking about content and social media.
Right. They're just, they're for lack of a better word, they're BSing people. They get on the phone with people, they're like, content, social media. Be like, no, I can rank you. I have my own private network of news sites that are high quality, and I can rank you. Let me show you. Let me show you national SEO. I can do that. Let me show you Rotterdam and St. George. I can do that. Okay, I can rank you. Getting a lot of I can rank yous. I want to get more. I really want everybody to know you can. Your insider projects, you can rank people. Okay? You may not realize it now. You might even be brand new. You might even come in last night. That's fine. Okay? But you can rank people. You can rank better than almost anybody in the world. Okay? You're part of an absolutely elite training, an absolutely elite organization.
I pitch that a lot, by the way. I don't tell them who it is. I just say, I'm in a core group. We are on top of the strategies that are working right now. None of my competitors can rank you like I can.
Yeah.
None of them can rank you as fast as I can. And you go check them out.
Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely.
We got Stephen Twomey on. Stephen was put onto us by Scott Schaff. This had enormous success. Actually, Scott Schaff just got a lot of implication yesterday, or early this morning, by the way. Kind of cool. Stephen, I want to find out if I can bring you live. Stephen's not only started having success with getting clients, but he's actually started ranking. Let me find out if I can unmute Stephen. Stephen, are you there? Do you have a microphone?
Yeah, I've got a microphone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. First of all, I saw a question from you, so let me answer your question. You put, can we post that we have high quality sites? Does that give away to the competition? It's not really give away to your competition because they don't know what your sites are, Stephen, and besides, it doesn't matter. There's nothing they can really do about it. So Stephen, you got a client already. You've actually started ranking for them.
Yeah, I got a local insurance, State Farm Insurance, and I got a video ranking, and then I got his first place position on top of page 1 on Google. So he went from like page 8 to top of page 1.
You already got him to page 1?
Yeah, he's first place.
So. Wow, and you just joined Project X 6 months ago, and you're already ranking.
No, like a month ago.
I was just joking, everybody. I know he joined a month ago. When I type I can rank you, do you feel like that?
Oh yeah, I mean I came from pretty much zero SEO background, and like I already know like in like basically a month that I can rank. I've actually got just a basic affiliate site that I put up that's ranking number 3. It's a national keyword for fitness, and it's ranking number 3 on page 1 too.
Have you started making any sales?
Yeah, I'm averaging about $15-20 a day.
Nice. Heck yeah. All right.
So,
well,
yeah, and that just started too, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, congrats to you. Congrats to you. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful to hear, Stephen. Well, thank you so much for coming live. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, great. All right. So, Dave, I can rank you. So that's the feeling of utter confidence.
It was a game changer. It was huge. It was a total game changer. Once I discovered, once I was able to assess this is working, I can rank people, I can beat competition, I can go around this penguin thing. Once I saw that, I'm like, this is candy.
Love
It's
it.
absolute candy. You know, the day that I decided, I even knew in advance, and I guess part of that is law of implication. Once I
Yeah.
got your answer, I'm like, I'm in. And so I pitched to a guy. I said, look, you're going to cost $4,000 a month.
And the funny thing is, you asked me the question that your customers ask you. Like, you're basically saying, can I rank? And I'm like, yeah, I can rank.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it changed my game that night, even before I was in Project X. I knew from my conversation with you and from law of implication, I knew I was in. I'm like, I just stepped into the right place.
Yeah.
I pitched a guy. He said, okay, I'm in. As soon as he said I'm in, I was like, there's my money for Project X, right? Just getting his word, I'm in. And then the next day I joined Project X. The same day I started taking the material in Project X, and I said, my money's already secured. I've already paid for Project X.
That's amazing.
Just from what I learned the first day in. And within a week, it's like the money was actually physically there. It was already paid for. It's like, that was great. It did the job right there.
That's
Everything
amazing.
else was just like gravy.
Steven, I
Yes.
brought you live again. This is your listing that you sent me, life insurance Traverse City?
Correct. Yeah.
Is this him?
That's my guy. Yep. He's
How's
meeting
he
up
how's
with,
he
Google.
feeling about that?
He's pretty excited. Yeah. He actually just gave me a check about 2.5 weeks ago or so.
How much?
And yeah, so we got a video on page 3 that's coming up. I'm gonna get
Nice.
ranked on page 1 in a couple of weeks. So yeah, we're gonna dominate.
How much was that check for?
I had $300.
Nice.
So I got a percent of commissions that are coming up, so it's gonna get up to
Wow.
6 or 7.
And you get a
$7.
percent, so
That's
six
awesome.
or $700. You know, this is such a big deal, and you can just dominate with this stuff. And then, of course, you can point to him. You know, now, like as your portfolio builds, you know, not only can you point to our sites like the Water Damage St. George and the National SEO, but then you can also start pointing to your own sites as well. So that's really exciting. Steven, thank you so much for sharing that with us. It's just invaluable.
Appreciate it. Cool. Thank you.
Great. All righty. Yeah, that's very, very exciting. Let's see. So now, Trung is asking about getting clients when you have a full-time job. You know, there's a lot of client getting stuff inside of Project X. As I open up Project X, there's so many different ways of skinning this cat. The first thing to do is to go to your monetization lesson page. By the way, I think that everybody should do some client consulting. No matter what success level that you're at, just having a little bit, you just never know when there's a $10,000 per month paycheck out there for you. I don't care what your success level is. I think everybody should do some client consulting. It's wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. Just to have a hook out there. I really do. What's this? Oh, that's wonderful. Dwayne Berlin just got a confirmation. $3,146 paycheck coming. That's amazing. That's awesome, Dwayne. Congratulations. So when you get to your monetization main page, you scroll down here, this ebook here, click it, download it. All right. What's going to pop up is this Project X ebook that David Mills and Greg Morrison wrote. I think starting at about page 15, it's a great book to read. Yeah, here we go. Monetizing and client acquisition. Start reading here, especially in affiliate profits. And then starting here on page, yeah, there's a really great section here, right here, starting around, like I said, page 12, page 13. Page 12, we got create and practice your elevator pitch. Listen, practicing and drilling really matters. At some point during these events, I may actually bring people on. You'll see in my videos more and more, I'm doing role playing with David Hood and with, you saw me do it with Joe Marfolia. I would do it with, I'd definitely be willing to do it. I did it somewhat with Dave Keys. I'd be willing to do it with you. It's very important to be able to practice things. Practicing really, really helps. And you can go through this pitch right here and read it right here. And David Mills wrote this up for you, and it's really, really exceptionally valuable. A lot of it has to do with you being your own one-man gang, keeping costs low for people, getting great results, like Dave was saying, and consistency. So this is a great ebook to read right here, especially starting about page 12. Then you can go to your field training This one with Joe Marfolio is really exceptional, really, really exceptional. Everyone should watch this, regardless of what you're doing. It's on Chamber of Commerce's, but it really has to do with everything else as well. There's some great stuff here. Here's the one I did with Glenn Ingram, Fletch. Of course, the one that I did with Dave Keys is fantastic. Then you've got your day job killer section right here. This is brand new with Dave Hood. Client acquisition, pricing, and follow-up. We do a lot of role playing, a lot of detail in here. The videos aren't populating, but here they are. Very, very valuable stuff. Okay, we want you to have kind of an over-the-shoulder feeling of what it's like to run a client business. Also, if you want to see me do sales live, right here. Okay, go to Your City SEO, and these videos right here, 15 minutes to a $500 sale. Each of these turn into a 5-figure client. Okay, so you can watch these videos right here, me live, putting clients on speakerphone and making sales. All right, so hopefully those resources will help you. We'll have more and more resources to come on client getting. All right, what I'm going to try to do now for the next few minutes. By the way, Dave Keys, thank you so much for coming live. Weirdly, save your thank yous for Dave because I won't be able to read the questions that are here. But I can, with absolute confidence, assure you that everyone thanks you. So you can just privately right now say thank you, Dave. I'm saying thank you, Dave.
My pleasure, absolutely.
Really appreciate you coming live. Dave can't see the question box, so when we're done, you can thank Dave. I want to try to go rapid fire through this stuff here. What's the best strategy for getting started? If you're not sure how to get started, start with Day Job Killer Local Client Consulting. Okay, you can start with people you know. You can do My City SEO, and the Chamber of Commerce thing, going to business meetings and so forth, is fantastic. Really, almost everyone you talk to is interested in SEO if they're in business. Okay, almost everybody. Same articles and posts. Okay. Yazid's asking, can we put the same article that posts to our money site on multiple PBN sites? No, that would be duplicate content. We don't duplicate our content. I'm not so much here to answer SEO questions, but that one's pretty straightforward. All right. If you want, recommend a website designer to outsource to, you can talk to Clinton and Clinton Dixon and Mike Hayden. They might be able to do it. Oh, that's a great question, Cynthia. Any sites that you can quote outside the USA in the Irish UK clients? You know what, we don't right now, Cynthia, but maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that just for you. Like I like you enough that I would be willing to do that. Great. Matt, you watched them in the last couple of days. Tell me what you thought about them. A lot of thank you Daves that came in. I couldn't help it. Dave, lots of thank yous came in before I could say anything. All right. Now, what let's see. Just a newbie beginner about a month ago. Gary, not sure. Probably Scott Schaff, I'm not sure. Is there, for local clients, is there size threshold to target? No, George. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Any size is fine. Any size is fine. Okay, I planned on this event going about an hour and a half. I'm just going to do, if you have a question that hasn't been answered, I'm just going to take the questions that have been asked. I'm going to do what I haven't been doing, which is pulling up these questions, and I'll take a screen capture of them and try to do my best to answer them. Okay, great. I'm just going to take a screen capture of this, the current questions that just came in, and I'll pull them up kind of big so you can see them. And if you have more questions, you can ask them now. Alrighty. Let's pull this up here. I'll make this much bigger. A little bit smaller. Okay. So Michael says, how would you manage your money coming from clients? Oh, shoot. It's a longer question. How much would you want to use to rank them, and how much would you want to use to live on? Michael, you know, I operate above 90% profit margin. I think that certainly 80% is a very reasonable profit margin. As you're getting started, 50% is fine. One of the things that you're doing is you're creating your own affiliate program. We're going to get into this more and more as the days and weeks goes on. You're creating like the biggest affiliate program in the world. Actually, I want to bring Dave. Dave is such an expert on this. Let me just bring Dave live for 1 second. Dave, are you there? Hopefully I didn't lose Dave. I may have lost him because
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great. Dave, so much of what we're doing is we're creating our own affiliate network, like our own affiliate situation. It's a lot like that when we're signing up a client. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So the thing is, we get to carve out the deal that we want to have. That client doesn't have an affiliate program, so we're creating an affiliate program, and we're getting paid for creating that affiliate program. So we can get paid more than we would with a traditional affiliate program. Does that math make sense to you?
Yeah, and it's specialization for sure.
Right, exactly. So specialization matters. So if we specialize at legal SEO, or if we specialize in the city of Nashville or the city of Des Moines, Iowa, or whatever it is, whatever your specialization is, then you kind of get paid more for that. Guy who I was talking to on the phone today, he wanted to meet me. Like he felt like it was especially nice that I was local. So I was like, okay, fine. I guess we can meet. Normally I'd make him pay me a lot of money to do that, but it's okay. I mean, it actually looks like it's going to be a pretty big client, so probably be worth it for me to meet with them.
Yes.
Go ahead.
There's people who have varying levels of access to you. You kind of create a celebrity for your name, and I definitely do that in real estate circles. The average real estate agent might have, like 200 or 300 people associated with them in social media. I've got like 3,300. They're following me because they sense that I know something. They sense that I have something of value. They pick up on that, and so they come in droves, and so there's that relationship. It's almost by inference, by implication. The things that I say and do online imply the value that I really have for their business, and so they stay tuned to find out what it is I'm going to share. And
Yeah.
some get more information than others. When we form relationships, then we start doing profit splits and things like that. Those are very valuable, and then there's just regular monthly fee.
Wonderful. About what profit margin do you like to operate at? Just curious what your percentage is.
It's growing right now. I've been running out of the 20,000. I've been spending around 5.
So about 75%.
I'm starting to spend a lot less on PBNs. I've learned from Greg.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about PBNs. Once they ramp up, then
Yeah. And plus, I spend a lot less on a domain that I would never spend on a domain what I used to. I bought a PR6 for $1,000 way back.
Right.
It was good. I mean, it's a good domain, but I would never spend $1,000 on it.
Oh, yeah. You can build a whole PBN. You can build 2 PBNs for $1,000. All right, Dave.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Thank you very much. That's invaluable. I'm going to mute Dave again. All right. How many sites for a private blog network? We usually like to have 10. Gary, yes, that's him. I'm not sure what that refers to. When you talk about renting an EMD, are you forwarding with masking? I think that there's a longer question here. Okay, I see what you're saying. Or was your standard practice? I don't normally build sites to rent out. Normally, I find the client then build the site. You can do that, and that's fine to do it that way. Remember, you can use our sites as model homes. You can use Nashville SEO and the Rotterdam and St. George as examples of what you can do for people. So hopefully that answers your question. Scott, do you need to have a PBN set up to do client consulting? You do not. You do not. It makes it a little bit easier, but you do not need it because you can always build it after the fact. All right, I've got a new set of questions here I'm going to pull up. Okay, let's see. Try to blow this up a little bit more here. When you set up Qzx for Nashville SEO, did you use a virtual office? Yeah, I did, Mike. I used a virtual office. I used DaVinci. So I just set up a virtual office. That's how I did Nashville SEO. Where's the new PDF located? Philip, it's located at omgmachines.com/perfectstorm. omgmachines.com/perfectstorm. To join the Facebook group, just send me an email. Yeah, if you just keep contacting me until you're in there, I'll get you in there. The procedure to get in the new Facebook group is you have to be my friend and then let me know that you won in that group, and then I'll put you in. Mike, can you show the questions in the box? Yes, George, I'm doing it right now. Absolutely. Is this every Wednesday? I am going to change the times. Next week, I will do Wednesday, though. Okay? I'm going to do Wednesday of next week. I'll probably do it a little bit later in the day. I will announce my time very soon. Is there going to be a replay? Yes, there is. Big thank you to Mike. Thank you, Gary. Time balance between learning and doing. So much to do, to learn and do. Jonathan, do both. You know, you got to learn. Remember, doing is learning as well. Can a slap domain be recycled as a PBN if it has a page rank of 2, Dwayne? Ask Greg. Can I get started with clients by ranking a YouTube video for my city SEO? Yes, you can, Amir. Let's see if I can bring one more person live who has done just that. Oh, he's gone. Shoot. Should have grabbed him earlier. Glenn Ingram was on earlier. Glenn Ingram did just this. Just that. I would have loved to ask you. Yes, the answer is yes, you can. Glenn Ingram has done just that. Thanks, Mike. Great session. I have to leave now. Great, Bob. Does this apply to HTML sites or just WordPress? You can do what we're doing on any site. WordPress just makes it easier, Dave. How do I find products for launch jacking that aren't in the internet marketing niche? Charlotte, you've got your launch jacking calendar that's got a lot of launches that are not in the internet marketing niche. You know, there are other ways you can do more research. You know, products that are coming out, like you can search like Sony releases and so forth. For now, for just getting started, start with that launch jacking calendar. It's got a lot of different launches on there. Let's see, Sarah Mack. Can't see your whole question here. I think that this is a two-part question. I must have missed the first part of it, Sarah. If you don't want to spend money initially on your PBN, the thing to do is to go out and get a client and show them nationalseo.org and show them Water Dam in St. George and say, I can do this for you, which you can. Of course, once you get client money, you're then going to have to go out and start building your PBN and ranking. I currently have a test site ranked #2 for local keyword, Martin says. And hopefully #1 soon. Each new customer for the business will be worth around 5,000 to 10,000 profit. Keywords only getting searched around 170 times a month, so I'm not sure what to. No. What should you charge? Okay. It's kind of an extended question. I'll read it again. I currently have a test site ranking #2 for local keyword, and hopefully it will rank #1 soon. Each new customer for the business will be worth about $5,000 to $10,000 in profit. The keyword's only getting searched about 170 times per month, so I'm not sure what to charge to rent the site. Using Fletcher's spreadsheet, the business would only get about 1 sale every 2 months roughly. What should I charge? So you think that the site's going to make between $2,500 and $5,000 a month for the client? I'd say if you get $500 or $1,000 per month for this site, you should be pretty happy. Amir, how much should I ask for when making a deal with a client? You know, Amir, we're going to get more and more into pricing. The thing I want to refer to you right now is to go to the videos I just did on pricing with David Hood and the videos I did for pricing here. So this gives you a price strategy right here. And this is the Your City SEO. And we also have pricing strategies here. And we're going to have more and more pricing strategy as time goes on. I want to give you kind of full strategies. Pricing is really going to vary based on who the client is, how much the competition is. It can be anywhere from a couple $100s a month all the way up to $10,000 a month or more. So it can really, really vary. If you watch these videos, especially we get into client pricing, client fulfillment, and a pricing template right here, it's really going to help you. Okay. So this is the new Day Job Killer section with David Hood. It's in your Day Job Killer homepage, right here, acquisition, pricing, and follow-up. See if that helps you, and you keep asking this question as time goes on. So that was Amir. Paul. Oh, whoops. Paul's got a little bit of a, yeah, a little bit of swearing there. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. The fitness site was, this is Jim Ussinger's fitness site. It was goodhealthsupplements.com. That's goodhealthsupplements.com. blogsupplements.com. How many sites for a blog network is 10. Okay, someone's asking, Matt Woozum's asking about a business bank account and tax ID. Matt, I don't have, I run $1 million business. I don't have a business entity at all. You don't need a business entity to run a business. I don't have one. So just start with that one. Tony, okay, yeah, we're almost done here. Oh, Fletcher's on. I didn't even realize Fletcher was on this event. Fletcher's got to run a client meeting. Great stuff as always. All right. Tony says, should PBN site and Biz site be on 2 separate hosting providers? Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't need to be. You just need to be on separate C-class hosting. What's the next step after Day Job Killer? You don't need to have a next step after Day Job Killer, Angela. You can just keep building your client consulting business. But if you want to, you can go into affiliate marketing or into building your own product. If you use Yext to do the citations for a client, would you pass the cost on to the client, and how much? Yeah, I'm gonna take a screen capture of these last couple of questions, and we're gonna wrap it up with this. A little bit longer than I expected, which is no problem. This has been exciting for me. I've had a lot of fun, by the way. Nice and big. Okay, so Michael's asking, if you use the X, do you pass the site for citations for a client? Would you pass the cost on to the client, and how much would you charge? Yes, I'd pass the cost on. I would charge at least $750, probably at least $1,000, because the X costs $450. Anders, are you creating a self-branding website or client website as your first page that you've ever ranked? Personally, I want to see a test rank site just to see if I can do it, but that might be a waste of time. What do you think? Anders, if you'd enjoy it and you feel like you have the time to do it, yes, go ahead and make a site. You do not need to do it to get started with a client. You can use our sites as examples. Jack says, the video ranking to get local clients. Yeah, you can use video rankings to get local clients, absolutely. You can do My City SEO that way. Mike Ryan says, I got this domain for my PBN, but I'm not sure if it's a good buy. Ask Greg. Ask Greg that during his coaching office hours. He's really, really specialized with that stuff. Does Bluehost have separate C-class? I don't know the answer to that, Stephen. Let's see. Kia, do you charge the cost of citations one time or be recurring? You really want things to ultimately be recurring, Kia. Oh, that's wonderful, Jack. You've used, Jenk says he's ranked videos to get local clients. That's fantastic. Great job. Great job. That's wonderful. Okay, Dave says he had a great time. Jack says it's better to have a business entity for taxes, but that's the only reason. It can be, Jack. Personally, I save a lot of time not having a business entity, and I'm pretty comfortable with it. So I probably will not make a business entity this year either. And again, I'm making a lot of money. So there's different ways to skin a cat. Okay, 3 clients, Jack. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's great, Jack. That's great. I'm really, really proud of you. That's awesome. Send in an earnings report. I'd love to hear about it. I would absolutely love to hear about it. It's fantastic. No, guys, I just report my expenses and send them in normal. That's it. I just do it straightforward. I don't try to do anything tricky with my taxes. I don't have a 401k. I just pay my taxes and then I'm done with it because I just don't want to spend time on it. Well, yeah, Jack says, Mike, you make a lot, you could save a lot. Well, I could also spend that same time that I would spend fussing over taxes to make more money or to relax. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to make money, right? It's all resource management. Bill Smith wants me to, okay. Marius, you're asking a great question. It's a PBN question. Let's save it for Greg or Fletch. I'm really trying to get away from PBN questions on these events. You also have your Facebook pages. Somehow, there's something about having these Money Getting with Mike events turn into PBN events that's really going to take away from everything. That's great. That's great. Dave says, my unusual answer for money issues is make more money. Great. Okay. I wanted to just do what Bill is saying here. Bill's saying, would you review his site, BostonSEOservices.org? Bill, what do you rank for? Do you rank for Boston SEO? BostonSEO.org. Boston SEO. Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're on page 1. I think. Yep. No, Boston SEO Premium Services. Your Boston SEO Services. Oh, wait, you are on page 1. I just blew past you. What am I saying? You're number 2. You're number 1. Number 2. Number 1. You're number 1. This is the map listing. You're number 2. Wow, great job. Great job, Bill. That's awesome. I think I saw you post about this on Facebook. Oh, and are you using Tuscan? You know what, Bill? I don't think that people want to do email opt-ins. I'll tell you this right now. I think they want to pick up the phone and call you. I think you've got to have your picture on this page. Is this a recognizable Boston location? This should be a recognizable Boston location. Really important that your picture and your video be up front right away. How did you find us? It's a leading question. I would say something like, did you find us on Google? Or you probably found us on Google. Free 15-minute consultation. Really? Are you going to keep it to 15 minutes? No, I wouldn't do it that way. I'd say, give us a call to get started. All right? Again, this is just a little bit rapid fire here, Bill. But by the way, just fantastic. I think you rock for doing this. Everyone, way to go, Bill. Like, this is awesome. So me kind of dicing it up, don't think I'm being mean. I think this site is awesome. Let's see. Why need to be on the first page? Yeah, again, this whole framing around free 15-minute consultation, you haven't built the value of the consultation anyway. It's not like they feel like you charge so much. And besides, why are you giving them it free? Look, they pick up the phone, they call you. That's it. Make it personal. I do something like this. Hey, this is Bill, and welcome to Boston SEO Services, the #1 source for SEO SEO in Boston according to the real Google search engines. Business in Boston is booming. Money is flying all over the place. If you've got a business in Boston and you are not dominating the real Google search engines, then you are missing out. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick up the phone right now and call me at 508-561-8276 and find out how we can help you dominate the real Google search engines. Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. That's how I would do it, Bill. Something along those lines. All right, guys, I had such a great time on this event. We will get the replay up right away. Give me a number 1 if you had a good time. Give me a number 2 if you think that this stunk. No, don't type number 2. I don't want to see no number 2s. It'll shatter my ego. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys had a great time. I got Dwayne on the line. Let me see if I can bring Dwayne on just for a second. Dwayne. Dwayne Armstrong. Tried to unmute Dwayne. Hey, Dwayne, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Mike.
Hey, Dwayne, you came on a webinar with us. It was so cool. What happened for you recently? You made a pile of money.
Yeah, finally.
Finally. Oh, goodness. So you came inside of OMG, you got your feet wet, and you just got a paycheck for how much was it?
I got a really messy desk. I got to dig that up again here. Hang on. $7,833.
That's about the starting pay for a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you, dude. That's awesome. This is for
thanks.
It's for web design and SEO. Is that correct? And some
actually, it was reputation management. Actually, it's an international company that needs some help with the reputation.
Nice. What are you doing to help them with their reputation?
They have some bad reviews out there. Just
So you
disgruntled customers.
So you're basically pushing down the bad reviews with good reviews, like ranking their good reviews and pushing the
That's
bad
right.
reviews down the page.
That's right. That's right. They also
So,
have some competitors that are going on there, some bogus accounts, some fake accounts, and just
yeah.
hammering up review
So,
sites
so,
there.
so, so what convinced them, the domination stuff that you showed them?
Um, you know what I did actually was I just ranked a video above their $1 million websites, and that pretty much sealed the deal for me. You know, it was about a 2 week. It was about a 2 week process, though. I mean, you're dealing with corporate guys, so they have their VPs of marketing and all those other guys I got to talk to and that. But I just got the local guy really pumped. He was shocked that I was actually outranking. They spend close to $900,000 a year on just their website stuff. So they were kind of impressed that I did that for free.
I love it.
So the ball kind of just rolled right after that, and it was just a roller coaster. It was a lot of fun. I tell you, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome, awesome. Well, everyone, cheers and congrats to Dwayne. Some great insights here, and Matt wants to know how you found them.
You know what? Actually, I have to get out of a carpentry business. I have a really bad arthritis in my hand, so I have a hard time hanging on to tools. So,
Yeah.
but I do the odd jobs here and there, and I was actually fixing. It was through my referral network. I was fixing a guy's flashing on his house. We just started chatting about SEO, and he was saying.
But
he was
this
gonna give
happens
me
all the time, right? Like people are just
Yeah.
interested in the topic of SEO when you're doing business.
Absolutely. Well, he was saying he was doing his own. He was really frustrated with it, and he was going to give me a little secret about the exact match domains. He thought he'd unleash some knowledge on me, and I actually kind of came back to him, and it opened his eyes. I said, well, actually, EMDs are okay, but they're kind of on their way out, and he didn't quite believe me, so we just kind of slapped down the gauntlet. He wanted me to. He kind of threw down a challenge. If you're so good, let's see what you can do. And I said, well, I'm not going to. Just give me 4 keywords and I'll pick one and I'll go after it. And that's what I did. And I ranked the video. Actually, I ranked about 5 videos above his own sites. All my stuff was on page 1. All his stuff was on page 2. So, after that, like I say, they were, weekly I got calls from these guys. They were in Hawaii on a golf tourney. And he was, in the ear of the CEO there at the, by the pool.
Oh, that's right.
Then he was talking to people in Atlanta and out in California as well. And basically, he did all the selling for me. He was just totally impressed that.
Well, but you showed him, and then he was empowered from there. Yeah, and this kind of thing can really have a shock effect. All right, well, Dwayne, I really appreciate it. Very, very valuable. I think for everybody who was on this call to check things out. Did you have fun?
Yeah, you know what? And actually, one other thing too, I'd like to add too, Mike. This guy did not stop selling for me. He brought me a roofing client as well.
Really?
That I'm working on. Yeah, that I'm working on right now. See, he's in the insurance industry, so he talks a lot. He talks to a lot of independent business owners.
Yeah.
That don't have insurance programs in place. So
yeah,
these are all CEOs, owners of companies, and he basically
awesome.
he sings my praises to everybody that even brings up the words SEO.
I love it. That's really cool.
Yeah,
how much is
my own personal salesman, and I don't have to pay for it.
Awesome. Love it. How much is you should send him some money. How much you really should. How much is the roofer worth to you?
The roofer, he was telling me his average sale is anywhere from 10 to 40 grand. So he'd be happy with 1 new client a month.
So what's he going to pay you?
I told him, and I told him with the way we rank things with multiple keywords, that's very achievable for him. So,
do you guys have a deal in place?
We're working on right now. Yeah, it's going to be. We're just fleshing out the details. I mean, he basically sent over his PPC that he's doing right now. Yeah. So he kind of gave me the keywords on a golden platter.
Yeah. Whatever you do for this guy, for the roofer, tack on $500 to the deal. Like pick your number, tack on $500, send the $500 to the insurance guy. Don't be dumb.
Listen, this guy's an executive here though too, Mike. You got to appreciate this guy pulls down $350 a year. So
yeah, but still, $500 is $500. I'm telling you, believe me.
I think what I would be more valuable to him is a membership at a golf deal. He really likes to golf. So
you'd be surprised how far $500 will go. I'll tell you this right now. I make way more money than that guy does. Way more.
Oh,
and if you send me $500, I'll remember it. If you want to send me $500, find out.
I will totally use that.
Trust me. Tack on $500 to that deal and send it to the insurance guy. Trust me.
That's so. I love that. I will definitely do that. I'll definitely do that for sure.
Yeah.
Bird dogging fee. We used to call it a bird dogging fee.
No, but it's real, guys. Like, listen, guys, don't shoot gift horse in the mouth. Tack on $500, send to the referrer. Okay. Thanks so much. I really appreciate you coming on live, Dwayne.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
All right, God bless. All right, everybody. That is the words of wisdom from one Mike Long. I hope you've enjoyed it, and really enjoyed having you live on this event. Around 100 people still live. It's amazing to me. Thank you so much for joining us for Project X. And if you're watching this live or on a replay, God bless you. I'll be thinking about you. We will see you on the next session. Should be about next Wednesday.